Hello everyone, this is Koala, otherwise known as Halondras on Neopets, and today I'm bringing you guys a video on how to install Flash, Shockwave, and 3D via how to make those games work on Windows 10, on Windows 11, in 2023, and probably going forward. If Neopets won't fix the games, do not worry because I will, or at least I'll teach you how to. Now, you may have already noticed English is not my first language, so please bear with me. Please be patient. This will be a very long guide. You may have already noticed from the duration of the video, and this is because, well, each of these types of games, they have different steps that should be followed for each and every one of them. And I try to fit them all into a single video, and I will be including chapters so that you can skip ahead to whatever suits your needs. So if you, for example, only need Flash, then you can follow Fiddler. Fiddler is absolutely necessary for everything, and you can skip ahead to Flash as well, and you can just ignore the other two. Okay. Before we start, just a quick reminder: do go ahead and uninstall everything you have. So if you have Moon, if you have Fiddler, if you have Shockwave, if you have Flash, go ahead and uninstall anything you have. I just wanted to show real quick. As you can see, I still have Shockwave Player installed, and if I do click uninstall here on the Windows App Manager, as you can see, it says it cannot find the uh, executable that essentially uninstalls Shockwave. It even gives you a path here that it cannot find, and it will not uninstall. So if you have that problem with any other version, just navigate here to your computer, see Windows, and normally it would be over here as System32, but it couldn't find it here, so we're going to go here, sys wow 64. We're going to scroll down, macromed, shockwave 10, and here we go, unwise.exe, right? So we're going to execute it real quick to uninstall Shockwave, and we will be ready to go. Right, now that that's done, this is the Git repo. It is maintained by me. It is maintained by Robert. Robert is currently not on Neopets, so if you have any questions and trouble, feel free to either comment down below or send me a Neo mail again at Halondras. So let's get started. First things first, we will need Fiddler. Now Fiddler, it essentially captures traffic and it can also redirect traffic. It can do a lot more, but essentially Neopets now forces SSL traffic, which is super secure traffic, HTTPS. But the old games, they were never really updated to support and to use SSL. And this causes a couple of specific issues that Fiddler will allow us uh, to fix, essentially, right? So we will be using Fiddler as a bridge to connect to Neopets over HTTPS. Fiddler is a absolutely necessary step, okay? You will need Fiddler for everything. You need it for Flash, we need it for Shockwave, we need it for 3D view. So if you click over here, you'll be taken to this page. You do not want Fiddler everywhere. We want the one on the left. So how do you plan to use Fiddler? Let's go ahead and put gaming, your email. You can just input anything. It doesn't really matter. There's no confirmation. Again, you can pretty much just select any country. Mine is Brazil, so there we go. And you click the red button, and it should download. Okay. Now that that's done, we're going to install Fiddler. I agree. To install. Um, during this guide, the video guide, right, I will be following the instructions as they are here. We try to make them as simple as possible. It's not always possible to do that. I understand that for the less tech-savvy users, this can be a little bit overwhelming, but this is just to show that if you take it slowly, but hopefully this video will also help. So we have Fiddler installed. Okay, we are going to open Fiddler, right? We can just disable this warning, cancel. Now we're going to close it, and that is because we are going to be finding the Fiddler script folder. Usually that will be over here at Documents, Fiddler 2, Scripts, and there we go. And what we want is to save custom rules.js to this directory. If you click here, you'll be taken to the custom rules. This is always the latest iteration of the custom rules. As you can see, we updated it yesterday. That is the 1st of June. Click on raw, and it should take you to this page right here. And we can just hit it with a Control save to save the file, right? We can essentially copy it to the scripts folder. Now, what custom rules does is it will dictate how Fiddler essentially interact with certain elements, right? So we're going to open Fiddler again. We're going to choose options, HTTPS. Now, capture HTTPS connects is already checked. We're going to also check decrypt HTTPS traffic. Let's see what else it says here. We're also going to ignore certificate errors, service certificate errors, right? And we're going to click actions, trust root certificate. We're going to trust it, yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Something else we also want to do is export the root certificate to desktop, which it has. And we're pretty much done here, but we can also do something else. So we're going to the connections tab, and we're going to add this. And this is just to essentially block Fiddler from interacting with these domains. So Discord, Netflix, just so it won't clog everything in here. And on Discord, for example, it probably wouldn't let you send images, videos. So it's just to exclude Fiddler from messing with that. Okay. Okay, so we have done that. There's this step right here. Next, we're going to download the NEOPETS folder right here. So again, you just open this link, it will load, it will download the file for you. Okay. So we're going to extract in here. And inside, you should have these 4 files. Actually, 2 files and a folder. This contains game assets. So, for example, for Imperia XM, we have the English dictionaries. For Cobble's Lab, we have the level info. We have also a couple of fixed SWFs, which is the flash file, video file. We're going to need this. So let's see here what it says for. So we're going to find the Fiddler installation path. It is usually C users, your username, app data, local program is Fiddler, or C program is Fiddler. Okay. So let's just copy these and let's try. So we're going to users, koala. Now it says here app data, right? What you can do is you can just put in here on your Explorer percentage app data percentage, and it should take you over here. But in case it doesn't, on this folder right here, your user folder koala, in my case, you're going to click view over here. You're going to check hidden items, and you should see app data. So we're going to local. We're going to oh yes, online programs, Fiddler. Oops, I already had this. I forgot to delete it. We're going to create a new folder called NEOPETS, and inside of that folder, we're going to paste those 2 folders and the 2 files. Okay. Now we are going to close Fiddler, and whenever we want to run a NEOPETS game, essentially, we're going to open Fiddler. Now let's go to Flash. So for Flash, we're going to install Payload 64-bit, the latest version. If you click here, it should automatically download. Okay. We're also going to install it. Click Next, accept terms, standard is fine, install. We can, actually, let's not launch Payload yet. We're also going to download Flash. For this one, I would use either of those, but the alternate link seems to work better. So just click it here, either one of these two. We'll download the correct version of Flash that we need, and we're going to install as soon as it's done downloading over here. So just give it a second. Almost done. There we go. So we're going to install Flash. I've read the license. I'm going to install. Never check for updates, right? And now we're going to open up Payload. This is the 64-bit version. We're going to go over here to Preferences, Advanced, Update. Never check for updates, okay? It's very important. This is check. We're also going to go into Certificates, View Certificates, Import, and we're going to navigate to Desktop and import the certificate that we exported earlier, okay? It says it's already installed. That's because I had already installed it. Click OK. And now we can visit NEOPETS. You see I'm not logged in, so let's go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to just navigate really to a random game because one of the people always have trouble with Corbett's Lab. We're also going to open up Fiddler. So Fiddler is open, it's running. We're going to go to Game, Corbett's Lab, Play. And if you did everything correctly, it should run, it should load. It should load, really. And if you click Play Game, usually it would not, it would keep on loading levels infinitely. That has been fixed on the update that we pushed yesterday. So again, if you did everything correctly, there we go. It works perfectly. Just no problem. You can see the, you know, everything, right? So let's end the game and let's sit here for a while. That being said, let's move on to 3D VIA games. Now, for 3D VIA games and Shockwave games, what you're going to need to do is 32-bit Payload. So again, click the link to download, and it should take you to archive, to the Payload archive, and it should automatically download it in just a second here. There we go. So again, we're going to install it. Go, continue, standard again, install. And it is important to know, right, that this, what is it called again? The shortcut right here. It will automatically adjust to the latest version that you installed. So in this case, because I installed the 32-bit Payload last, if I click this shortcut, it will open the 32-bit version, right? And so how do I access the 64-bit version then? So first of all, I'm going to rename it to Payload 32-bit. And if you right-click it, open file location, you'll be taken to where Payload is installed. We're going to navigate back to C. We're going to Program Files, and we should have Payload over here, right? And can just take this .exe here, you send it to the desktop to create another shortcut, and we can rename it Payomum 64-bit. So whenever you want to run Flash games, you're going to be using this one, the 64-bit one. Whenever you want to run 3D VIA and Shockwave games, you're going to be using the 32-bit one. So let's see what else it says. Disable the auto update, ensure the Fiddler is configured and running. So for the 3D VIA games, there's really no extra steps that are needed. There are only 3, by the way. So let's go with Shinku River Rush. I think actually it's, oh no, yeah, there we go. So as you can see, people have scores sent. We're going to click play. It says here waiting for the free live player, and it should prompt me to download it here. So we click it. It would say save file. We save it. We're going to install it. Now we wait while the player install is being downloaded and installed. So there's really no extra steps. You do have to download the 3D VIA player, but that can be done simply by running the game. Right? As you can see, that's been installed. The 3D VIA player is initializing. Now, these 3D games, they do take a while to initialize. That is normal. And I guess while they are initializing, I must say, StackPath has been very, very aggressive these past few days. If you are a premium user, you will probably not notice because it tends to target premium users a lot less. But here's the thing. Whenever you try to send a score on any 3D VIA game, it will likely fail to do so. It will not send. It will say something along the lines that, like, I don't even remember the error message now, but I guess we can try and see. Then how, you ask me, are these people sending scores? And that is a neat little feature that we coded in. That is the neopets.com/fix score. Okay, so whenever you visit this and you have Fiddler running and you have a score pending over here, and we're gonna see that in just a second. So right now I haven't really tried to send a score. It says your last score wasn't blocked by StackPath, so we cannot resubmit it. It is gone. Sorry. Reload the game before you try again. So while it is initializing over here, usually the first time it takes a little longer. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make this fast, but it's not working out, is it? Anyways, so in order to send your score, you play the game as normal. You will send your score. It will get StackPath. It will be blocked or whatever. And then you are going to visit fix score, and it will submit your score for you. Okay. Now this also helps you with Shockwave games. It also helps you with Flash games. So whenever you send a score and says, "Oh, undefined," oh my God, yes. Okay. Whenever it says, undefined and stuff, it will happen. Okay. Let's see. I forgot how to do the combos. Would you believe that? And there we go. I have a couple of points now. I'm just going to try and kill myself here real quick. Off limits. Ooh, it does take me back, right? No, it does. Awesome. So let's try to kill ourselves real quick. Can I run off towards the side? Yes, we can. Oh, fuck. Sorry for the language. We got we got another life right now. So let's get out of this cave and try again. very big cave. Now we can just kill ourselves again. Okay, and this should end the game. So if I click here, send score. Sorry, your servers are currently experiencing problems and we cannot accept your score right now. If you see here, the high scores. There we go, we got stacked up. You see my score is nowhere to be found, but if I reload fixed score, ta-da, if you see success equals 1, then that means that your score was successfully sent. As you can see here, now I have a 6. Okay? Alright, onwards to Shockwave games then. Okay? Again, we're going to install Paymoon 32-bit version 28, which is the same that we installed over here. So if you already did this, then you have no need to repeat it. But we're going to download Shockwave. And install it. Do not install the Google toolbar. Let's not install bloatware, please. Click install. You must do this with Paymoon closed, by the way. And it has been successfully installed. Now, we're not quite ready yet, so let's read here. It says important. You must copy the files from plugins from Paymoon. You copy the plugins folder and you paste it in your app data. Random name default, yes, whatever, to profiles. Okay, so essentially what this means, let's break it down. So we're going to see program files 86, which is the 32-bit. We're going to Paymoon, right? And we have here plugins. We're going to copy these two to percentage app data. I already have it here, so let's try that. So app data roaming, it says, oh no, it actually doesn't say, but roaming. Okay, Moonchild Productions, Paymoon profiles. This is your random name. In my case is Capishdo, the default. If you don't already have a plugins folder right here, you're going to want to create one, and you're going to paste them here. Obviously, you're not going to have these here. I haven't because I had already done it. Now we're going to start Paymoon 32-bit version, but there is an extra step. If you currently use a NVIDIA graphics card, I do, what you want to do is hit Windows plus R, the Windows key. It should open this box right here. We're going to type in regedit. You're going to agree to it. And essentially, you're going to want to navigate. So, H key, local machine, system, current control set, control, all the way to video. Then this random thing right here, 000. And you're going to want to find install display drivers right here. If you double click it, you can see I have these value data in here. Now, essentially, what this means, it causes a bad driver bug, and some Shockwave games will not work if you do not do this step and you use an NVIDIA graphics card. As you can see here, I have a GTX 1050 Ti. So essentially, what you would do is you would copy this, and you would just take these. So see here, I have nvldmdx.dll, and you would take all of the different ones. This should only be 2, and I have already listed them here. So you just copy this, you place them right here. Make sure to give it a blank line here, as you can see, and hit OK. It should save. And now we're actually ready to run Flash games, Shockwave games, sorry. So we're going to open up Paymoon 32-bit. Once again, we're going to navigate to NEOPETS. And now Shockwave games, they are usually quite tricky to get working. So hopefully we run into a couple of problems here. Going to hit play. If Fiddler is running, and let's see what happens. And it's already okay. So allow access. Yes, we can both allow access to this movie and any movie. This you will only be asked this the first time to open it. Now, as you can see here, the Shockwave movie has errors that have lost playback problems. When that happens, close payment. You try again. So dice escape. Let's see. These are all direct links, so let's try this. Hit play again. Let's hope for the best this time. Once again. So really, it is very annoying. Let's just try the direct link. Probably no, it didn't crash this time. You can see the loading screen. This is the percentage, so if you're interested in knowing how long until it actually loads the game, it does load the game a little bit slower. It doesn't depend on your internet. That's because how Shockwave games work. And as you can see, the escape works. So start game. There we go. Now, sometimes you would not see your dice. If that happens to you, you right-click it, you go to properties, you change your 3D renderer here to whatever you want. So say this one, and then you revert it back to whatever it was. Okay. So let's try a couple of the games. Let's see, Hannah and the Pirate Caves. As you can see, it's already loading, probably. There we go. Works. Right. Let's try Ice Caves. And here, something interesting should happen. As you can see, it says, sorry, it appears that this game is not running at its intended location. If you scroll down over here, there's no Hannah and the Ice Caves. If you get the sorry, it appears that this game is not running at its intended location, you need to press and hold Shift plus O plus K. That is exactly what we're doing. And just like that, it loads. Right? And it's working perfectly. Let's try Gourmet Club Balls. Probably just butchered the pronunciation on that one, and that's fine. This one tends to give some users problems in terms of sometimes they can't see the arrow or the ball. Sometimes you cannot click target the ball. So let's see what happens here on a fresh installation. But usually if that happens, you should just reset your zoom to 100% and reload the game, and it should, in theory, work. And so while that's loading, let's try Attack of the Slots. This one is tricky. It doesn't like to load very much. Okay, Gourmet Club Balls is loading now. Let's check out Attack of the Slots. It loaded it right now. But as you can see, I cannot click start game and it crashed. Now, let's see here. Okay, this works, and I can click the ball just like that. Okay, so it works. Let's try Attack the Slots again. Let me mute the tab. So let's try that. Loads again. I cannot click start game. Whenever that happens, you know, just restart. Just keep trying, and eventually it will work. I swear. Okay, I promise you, it will work. But anyways, so that's the end of the guide. You can find further information, instructions over here. there's also a addressing concerns. Now, is Flash dangerous? And the answer is yes. However, most of the old Flash exploits, they were targeted at Chrome and at the Chromium architecture. Pale Moon does not use Chrome architecture. It's based on the Firefox architecture. So by using Pale Moon, you are a little bit safer. Also, you did install the certificates over here, and you may be wondering. So what I would recommend is you only want Fiddler open and you only want Pale Moon open running Flash while you are on Neopets, okay? I know there are other game sites like Newgrounds, Congregate. Ideally, you do not want to use them there. So it's really a matter of get in and get out. You go Neopets, you play games, you get your trophies, you get your avatars, and you get out. You feel free to uninstall it later. Rest assured, nothing will happen to you, okay? Or your information or your data or anything. Anyway, so the guide is here. We are logging important updates here, so you can just click, and as you can see, on the 1st of June, we fixed Corvus Lab again. And you can see you can get Coral Collectible Charm again. To do this, you just go to Rules, Advanced, and you click here, Use Old Coral. Should click it, you should just navigate to the Coral page, and you will just use the old one, and you have a chance at winning the charm. Granted, the chance is pretty low. If I'm not mistaken, Neotrif said that it's only when you get cheap prizes, which is a low enough chance, and then it's a really low chance, but at least it re-enables that option, right? As TNT keeps saying, "Oh, we fixed it," but they didn't. But there we go, we fixed it as well. So, well, that's it, I guess. See you next time.